You ever find yourself thinking, no way this is about to happen to me, not in broad daylight, not after everything I've done in my life? Because that was me, right there, somewhere off a nameless Alabama highway, thinking I was just gonna make a routine stop and get back on my way. It's funny how quickly things can go sideways, isn't it? One minute you're just another traveler passing through a sleepy place, the next, well, let me back up a sec so you can really picture this. So there I am, General Anika Roberts, behind the wheel of some dusty rental, speeding through back roads, trying to stay on schedule for this super confidential meeting at Maxwell Air Force Base. Nothing glamorous, just all business, you know? I'm not in uniform, not drawing attention, just plain clothes, baseball cap pulled low, hoping I'll blend in like any regular woman. But of course, in Oak Haven, Alabama, regular's got a different definition. My encrypted line starts flickering, bars dropping, signal dying, and I know I have to make this call now, not later. So I pull into Betty's Gas and Grub, which honestly looked like it hadn't seen a real customer since the Carter administration. I swing the car in, trying to avoid the two old pickups by the pumps where a couple of locals are just leaning back, laughing about nothing, eyeing everyone who's not from around there. But I'm focused. I park on the far side, grab my secure device, step out to catch a stronger signal, and say, "This is General Roberts, identity confirmed, ready for the update." Straight to the point. On the other end, HQ is already downloading classified movements and urgent directives, stuff that doesn't wait for anybody. I'm scanning the lot, just out of habit, but mostly, I'm listening. And that's when things start to get weird. I catch these glances, first from the guys at the pumps, then from inside through the dirty window, especially from this woman behind the register. Betty, the owner. Silver bob, permanent scowl, the kind of woman who calls the cops on folks for using the wrong bathroom, if you know what I mean. She doesn't see a general, or even just a woman trying to get through her day. No, she sees trouble. That's it. She's on the phone, whispering, "Yeah, some woman out here, acting weird, maybe on something, better send someone." Now, Oak Haven sheriff's deputies are bored, just itching for something to happen. When the call comes through, they practically jump in their cruiser, sunglasses on, sirens blaring like they're in a movie. Meanwhile, I'm still on my call, trying to absorb vital information, completely unaware the fun is coming my way. Suddenly, those red and blue lights start bouncing off the glass, tires screeching, and these two deputies, Frank Miller and Kevin Shaw, jump out before the car stops rolling. Miller's big, built like a linebacker, unsnapping his holster already. Shaw's young, thin, eager, and you just know from his grin he thinks this is the most excitement he'll see all year. I set my device on the hood, hands up, just like they teach you, slow and steady. "Afternoon, officers. Can I help you?" Miller barks, "ID, now." I reach, careful, of course. I'm General Anika Roberts, active duty, here on official business. Shaw actually laughs in my face. "A general? You expect us to buy that?" I show them my credentials, military ID, travel orders, everything by the book. Miller grabs them, glances, and tosses them onto the hood like they're fakes. You ever have that moment where you realize, no matter what you say, it won't matter? That's what this was. "Call your supervisor. You're making a big mistake," I say. Miller just pulls out the cuffs. Turn around. Something in me snaps. After all those years serving, all the stripes and scars and nights away from home, I'm about to be thrown in cuffs by a couple of deputies who didn't even read my ID. I am a general in the United States Army. You are illegally detaining me. Miller just laughs. "Yeah? And I'm the Easter Bunny." Turn around. Shaw grabs my arm. Miller twists the cuffs on tight. And suddenly there's a crowd, phones out, some laughing, most just watching. That's the thing about these situations. Everyone sees it, but nobody does a damn thing. Somewhere on the ground, my secure line is still live, HQ's voice yelling, "General Roberts? Are you there?" But nobody's listening, least of all these two. They shove me against the car, and I see myself in the dirty glass, my reflection all jagged, not a general, not even a person, just a problem they've decided to solve. Meanwhile, back at headquarters, everything's going haywire. They hear the struggle, static, my sudden silence, and start tracking me down. Major Regina Miles is barking orders. Techs are pulling up maps. My little dot blinking at some random gas station instead of Maxwell. She calls security, lawyers, everyone. If something's happened to me, the fallout's coming fast. Back at Betty's, I'm sitting on the curb in cuffs, Miller and Shaw standing over me like I'm a criminal. Shaw asks, "Who are you really? What's your real name?" I just nod toward my ID. You already know. They threaten me with obstruction, but I stay quiet, jaw clenched, watching cell phones catching every angle. Betty's by the door, arms folded, loving every minute. Then, twist number one, Shaw's radio crackles. Be advised, the subject is federally protected. Release her immediately. Await further instructions. The color drains from both their faces, and for a moment, I almost feel sorry for them. Almost. Miller stammers, unlocks the cuffs without meeting my eyes, mumbling something half like sorry and half like ma'am. I stand up, wrist burning, crowd silent. Even Betty looks rattled now, but just as I'm about to pick up my cracked device, the real show arrives, black SUVs rolling in from Maxwell, doors flying open, Air Force security spilling out. Major Marcus Thorne strides up, looking like he eats stress for breakfast. "General Roberts, are you harmed?" "Nothing but a few scrapes," I say, but the real pain is their shame. Miller and Shaw start to realize just how deep they're in, especially when Thorne reads them the riot act. "You're ordered to stand down. Federal investigation pending. Any more moves could be obstruction of justice." Shaw tries to save face. She was acting suspicious. Thorne's stare is cold. "You saw a black woman on a phone, and you made a call. That's on you forever." I get in the SUV, Major Thorne beside me. As we drive off, I see Miller sweating bullets and Betty darting back inside. Thorne fills me in, full federal investigation, civil rights unit, it's all going public. "They should have known better," I say, and Thorne nods. They're about to find out. By the time I'm debriefed, the cell phone video's already gone viral. You can see me in cuffs, calm but humiliated, telling the world exactly who I am while they ignore every word. News anchors, civil rights leaders, even veterans groups are up in arms. The sheriff's office scrambles, press conferences, shaky apologies, deputies put on leave, but everyone sees through it. Reporters grill them. "How do you not recognize military ID? Was race a factor?" Sheriff Hendricks just sweats and stammers, and the story blows up even bigger. Anonymous tips pour out. Turns out Miller and Shaw had histories of complaints for excessive force and profiling, all swept under the rug until now. Civil rights attorneys file suit, DOJ opens a federal case, and even the governor gets involved. What happened to me isn't just about me. It's about everyone who's ever been judged for how they look, not who they are. I spend the next days in briefings and interviews, always calm, always steady. But alone at night, the weight of it hits me, not shock, just exhaustion. After all I've done, all I've survived, in that Oak Haven lot, it still didn't matter. But I'm not built to stay quiet. They hold a press conference outside Maxwell. Cameras everywhere, reporters swarming, the air thick with anticipation. I stand there in dress blues, metal shining, and I say, I've given 28 years to this country. In Oak Haven, none of that mattered. I was judged by my skin, not my service. I pause, let it land, then continue. I'm not here for apologies. I'm here because silence is not an option. Respect, dignity, accountability, those are not negotiable. The crowd's mixed, anger, hope, but mostly, they're hungry for real leadership. Injustice isn't new, but it changes when people refuse to look away. I finish, no dramatics, just the truth. I wasn't humiliated that day. They were, and history will remember it. No questions, just step back, and slowly, applause builds, swelling into something alive. As I walk away, one step at a time, I know change is slow, maybe even impossible in one lifetime, but refusing to be silent, that's how it starts. So, yeah, when you're treated unfairly, your voice is the strongest thing you've got. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Speak your truth, even if your hands are shaking, because somebody out there needs to see that strength. Now, let's hear it. What would you have done? Who gets to decide what's right and what's justice in places like Oak Haven? Drop your thoughts below, because this conversation, this fight, it's not over yet.